Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, I wanted to share my frustration with you guys at the oil companies for not pushing back on Biden. Okay, because Biden keeps coming on and on TV, and he keeps blaming them. He keeps saying that they are the reason why oil prices are so high. He's calling them greedy, this, that, and the other thing. And the oil companies have not been pushing back against it. So we're going to talk about two things here: what they need to do and why they're not doing the thing that they should be doing. Okay, so these oil companies, they talk to shareholders all the time. They know how to get in front of the camera with a board like this and talk. Okay, but there's a reason why they're not doing it. And only recently did they start pushing back just a little bit, since he started kind of really calling them out by name. So what the oil companies need to do, right, on a daily basis, almost like every time Biden has a conference, when he talks, a press conference where he talks about oil prices, they need to have a counter press conference where they put up a board like this and they basically cut the board in half and they have two columns: what Biden did to bring up the prices and what Biden must do to bring down the prices. Okay, so what Biden did, okay, and it basically comes down to is that he was a this. I'm sure you guys can read. He was that. Okay. So what they need to do is list all the things that he did. Denying them the leases. Cutting off the pipeline. Not allowing permits to go through. And I can't go through all the details because I am not in that business. Okay. But they need to make a list of all the things that he did, okay? And then in this column over here, right, they need to list all the things that Biden must do to stop the situation, okay? And it pretty much comes down to he must stop being right here. That's the word. That's what he is, okay? So in this column, what he must do. And again, they're the ones in the business. They're the ones that have to give him a list. Well, and I mean, some of the things that come to mind from what I've heard is, give back the land leases for drilling, immediately issue permits, work with them, right, to cut through the red tape, all these things. These are the things that they might list. And if I was them, I would probably push even harder, asking for, tax breaks, tax reductions. Why not? Since you're asking for stuff, might as well, ask for everything that you want, okay? So this is what the oil companies need to do. Make a board like this, cut it in half, what Biden did and what he must do. Really simple. And again, they talk to shareholders all the time. They know how to have meetings, right? They own whiteboards like this, right? But why are they not doing it? Why are they resisting? Well, the reason why they have been resisting is because the current gas prices are simply a lot more profitable. Okay, I mean, and I can tell you guys, as somebody that's in the gun business, right? When there's buying panics going on, when they're trying to ban guns, I mean, I don't like it politically. I don't like it theoretically. I don't like it. I don't like the infringements on constitutional rights. But there's no doubt that there's more money being made during those periods. Okay, so the same deal is going on right now with the oil companies, right? They're making shit tons of money. Okay, because here's the thing: while the price has gone up because of supply and demand, and the reason for the price increase is based on future supply being limited. Okay, not current supply, right? Because there's no shortages. I mean, everybody can go to the gas station and get all the gas that they want. So there's no actual shortage going on right now. But the things that Biden did, okay, what that did is that's potentially limiting future supply, and current prices are always based on future availability. That's always imputed into the price. Okay, so anytime you're looking at the price now, like when I have a couple of different businesses, I'm not looking at what my costs are today. I'm looking at what I think the cost will be in the future, what the supply will be in the future. What I think that the prices are, like, for example, if I think that I can sell things next week or next month or 6 months from now at a higher price, why wait I'm either going to decide to sit on that inventory until then, until the price goes up, or I'm just going to mark it up to what I think it is going to be in the future, right? That's just a natural business thing to do, okay? So these oil companies are marking up the prices for what they think they will be in the future. However, their costs are the same, right? So they're making a shit ton of money off of this, all right? And I'm not even blaming them because I'm doing the same thing, within my different businesses. Now, the other thing to understand is when the price per gallon was $2.50, right? All right, people were very, were very sensitive to if one gas station was charging $2.50 versus the one down the road charging $2.55, right? Because this 5 cent difference is a bigger percentage, okay? Now, when prices are $4.80, okay, and one gas station is $4.80 and the other one down the road is $4.90, you know what? Even though there's a 10-cent difference, proportionally, this seems like not a big deal, okay? So right now, most people are looking at this and say, hey, as long as it's under $5, I don't give a shit. I'm taking it, So that's what's happening right now. The individual gas stations are able to get away with charging higher. So everybody along the line is charging more money because they can get away with it, okay? Like right now, it seems like the ceiling to this is kind of like $5, right? Because when people see this go over $5, they're like, okay, let's look around. Let's see who's selling it for $4.99, okay? But as long as it's under $4, people don't care if they're paying $4.90 or $4.80. While a year or 2 years ago, whenever, there was a big difference between $2.50 and $2.55. So that 5 cents was a lot more of a big deal back then. So the reason why the oil companies are not calling Biden out the way I'm describing here is because they're making money on this, okay? And only recently, when he really started insulting them, did they start pushing back a little bit, okay? And then, and like I said, they really like this current situation, right? Because again, their costs have not gone up that much, okay? Certainly, they certainly have not doubled, right? The costs have not doubled. They still got the wells, they still got the refineries. It's not like their payrolls have increased, right? The stuff, it's still costing the same amount of money to pump the stuff out of the ground. It's not like we've drastically increased the amount of cars or equipment on the road that's using up the oil. So the difference is all profit, which they like. And the reason why they're able to do it is because they're pricing in a future shortage, right? Which is the correct thing to do. So this is why the situation is why it is. Why they are not pushing back against Biden and saying, this is what you did. This is what you must do to fix the situation. Because in reality, they're very happy with this situation. Okay, so I just want to highlight this and call it for what it is. Okay, they're happy with this. Biden seems pretty happy with this. The Democrats seem pretty happy with this because they think that all of a sudden people are going to ditch their cars and go buy electric cars. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Those cars aren't even available. Where are you going to charge it? There's no place to even charge those cars. What do you do if your electric car runs out of power in the middle of the road, right? Are you going to go? Are you going to go get a gallon of electricity to pour into your car? Right? You can't just walk to the local gas station with a bucket to get a gallon of electricity for your car. So that's completely impractical. The sad thing about this is I'm all for conservation. I mean, you guys know I live in the woods, so I love nature. I do not like pollution. But the worst thing about what they've done is all of what they were trying to move forward so aggressively without proper preparation that they've in fact soured everybody against conservation. Okay, so this is the damage that Biden and Democrats have done. In reality, they've actually soured a large chunk of the population against conservation and against pollution. Same thing with the climate change. Okay, climate change I think is complete BS. But that doesn't take away from the fact that reducing pollution is a good thing, right? You don't need to be worried about rising sea levels and, to, make an argument, hey, that I just don't want pollution in the air, or I don't want pollution in the local streams and lakes around me. That can stand on its own without the BS of climate change. So I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Put in the comments below. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you all soon.